Character of the Week. So, today's Character Week is the OG of Death by Snoo Snoo herself, the Jade Giantess, She-Hulk. Jennifer Walters, aka the She-Hulk, is the cousin of Bruce Banner. Although they were 5 years apart, they pretty much grew up like brother and sister, had a close bond and relationship. Growing up, both were highly intelligent. Bruce went the way of science, and Jennifer Walters went the way of law. Bruce swings by, visits his cousin, and they catch up, and he says, hey, by the way, that green monster that's on the news, that's me. So she also happened to deal with a local gangster, and he put a hit out on her, and she was involved in a fatal accident. With his cousin's life hanging in the balance, he made a quick decision. They share the same blood type, and they couldn't get to a hospital in time, so he ended up doing a MacGyver-like blood transfusion to stabilize her. And then he goes, oh wait, blood, radiated, gamma. That same gamma blood that saved her life is also what caused her to become what's known as the She-Hulk. Hulk form, she pretty much maintains her self-intelligence and persona. It's just giant, green, and muscular. Embracing the Hulk nature is probably one of the key differences between the two. Actually, the key difference between her and most of the other gamma-radiated people. That, along with the physical changes of the gamma radiation, it also has a subconscious psychological changes to it, such as Bruce being a victim of abuse and rage and pretty much withholding his anger, comes out as a raging monster. Jennifer, a meek and mild woman, when she becomes She-Hulk, is this out there, vivacious, bigger than life personality. Blonsky sees himself as a horrible person or disfigured, therefore he becomes the Abomination. The leader, he thinks himself as highly intelligent, so now he has a big giant head. Doc Samson, Fabio. It's a theory. In the mid-70s, She-Hulk had a pretty good run as the Savage She-Hulk. And then in the late 80s, John Byrne took over and gave her the prototype of what She-Hulk is to this day. A comedic, self-aware, snarky, fourth wall breaking, 10 years before Deadpool, fourth wall breaking persona that we see today. The late 80s is kind of where she became like an actual character, where she went from knockoff to pretty much superstar. Pretty much the beginning of She-Hulk's story, because Bill Bixby's Incredible Hulk TV show was so popular that Marvel was like, wait a minute, someone may try to make a female version of this character. Let's snatch it up real quick. Whether it was the TV show CBS trying to make a She-Hulk version of Hulk, kind of like the Bionic Woman, only with Hulk, or whether it was DC who wanted to snag it, they decided to copyright it and make a comic book and shell it out real quickly just so they can actually secure the rights of a female version of the Hulk. In the 90s and 2000s, she also continued her lawyer ways by being a superhero lawyer, but superheroes do face legal consequences, and She-Hulk is most likely the defender of most of her friends. There was a time she tried to save Wanda, so that was interesting. There's no saving Wanda. There is no saving Wanda. Powers and ability. She's a Hulk. There was also a time when she was so in love with being the Hulk that she thought that it was a physical change that she couldn't change into Hulk, but turns out that she had a mental block where she didn't want to become Jennifer Walters again. She served as an Avenger, she served as Fantastic Four member, she has been a mainstay in comics and as a backup Hulk for a lot of characters in writing form. So, shout out to you, She-Hulk.
All I wanna do is see you turn into a giant woman, a giant woman.
Yeah. Back to you guys. Like, share, subscribe.